a first-year MFA student.
My name is Dejanay. I'm a second-year MFA student.
Hi, I'm Maggie Ruswick. I am a third-year MFA student.
Hi, I'm Alexis, and I'm also a second year.
So all of us are in the MFA program, and we're really excited to be doing the Salukifunder because we have a couple really great conferences that we're going to in London. So we wanted to tell you a little bit about the conferences and also why it's so important to us and how it benefits the SIU community of students, because we have a lot of really exciting stuff going on here at this campus. So to talk a little bit about the conferences, we have two of them. One is the Electronic Visualization and the Arts, so EVA. And I think it's been going for a few years now in London. And it's essentially about, well, visualization, right, and the arts. And so there's like digital media, AI, emergent technologies, and Dejanay and myself, along with two other writers, submitted a paper talking about representation in text to graphic programs, Midjourney and Night Cafe.
So if beauty is in the eye of the beholder, what happens when the beholder is machine? So that's what my work is all about. And I take Black beauty to the next level with it. I find out how to make it intrinsically beautiful, and I prompt it and reprompt it. So I deal with AI generative art platforms, and I also deal with voice synthesizers and other prompt engineering on the side.
Your amazing artwork.
Yes.
And that's why representation is really important.
Yes.
You know, we also talk about like queer representation, how trans people are represented in the technology, and because it's so new, it's been really exciting to sort of be on the forefront of that. Yeah, and so that's what we're going to be presenting at EVA is the paper that the four of us wrote, and it will be published, and we have been invited to present our work, so it's very exciting. So the second conference, actually, Alexis, Maggie, and myself will be presenting at the University of Suffolk is having a storytelling conference, which was on hold because of COVID. So this will be the first year that they're reconvening post-COVID, so it's very exciting. And we actually have had 3 abstracts accepted, and we'll be presenting those 3 there as well.
So one of our abstracts is about the future landscape of education. What we're interested in is incorporating new and emerging technologies into the classroom and figuring out how we can use them as tools for learning. So we want to create environments for our students that don't inhibit investigation into these technologies, but encourage it.
Mm-hmm. And so we're doing that by, as a method of inquiry, presenting a high school format of like, what would that look like in a high school setting that embraces emergent technology, and you know, some of the narrative concepts that, you know, we really value in the MFA program because it's a great way to learn. The 2 other abstracts actually were accepted from myself, and one of them talks about how we can find hope from like existential hope, especially. So my previous background was as a mental health therapist, and with, you know, a lot of the societal challenges that we're facing today, as well as you know, the very real issue of climate change, we have a whole generation of students who feel a lot of anxiety and concern, understandably so, about what does that mean for our future, and how we can actually derive a lot of hope from looking at speculative and dystopian fiction specifically. So looking at how resilient protagonists, especially protagonists with agency, deal with situations, some far more dismal than even what we are facing, and how they still find meaning from those experiences. So that's one of the abstracts that I'll be talking about. The other one is talking about the treatment of trauma and looking at chronic illness using VR technology And in that project, as a mode of inquiry, I actually created a VR gallery about my own journey with chronic illness, and using like concepts of externalization and narrative therapy, which are used a lot in mental health. So kind of examining, well, the opportunities that VR gives us, especially VR technology is already being used to treat PTSD, for example, with veterans. So I'm sort of building upon that because that is just one possible avenue. So one of the reasons why we're raising funds to go, and why I think it's really important, not only important to students, like us as students, but also to SIU community, is to show everybody at SIU that they too can have an opportunity to share the really amazing projects that they're working on an international stage, which I think is a really unique opportunity. Especially with these emergent technologies that we are starting to see here at SIU. For example, we're filming this in Studio 754 in Morris Library, which was put together with the Digital Humanities Lab as a way to stream. And so this is just sort of building upon that, saying that there is a very wide world out there that is interested in what we have to say. So I'm hoping that we can inspire other students to follow in our footsteps and present all the amazing stuff that they're working on. And that's why I think it's important to me and also important to SIU.
For me, it's a privilege to be accepted to not only present, but to be published on the international stage and to have it done from SIU. Representation matters. It matters to me. It matters to people who look like me and those who do not. I'm showing my students that someone who looks like you can be published and present internationally. It just doesn't happen every day. So I am very blessed and I'm very proud to be a part of this team.
Mm-hmm.
Learning and technology is a collaborative effort. So I'm really glad to get the chance to give SIU a voice at the table of the future of both of those things. And I'm really glad to be doing it with this team as well.
So the technology we're dealing with is cutting edge, and it's a really great opportunity to be able to learn and grow, and also to kind of bring SIU forward a little. The critiques people often have of academia is that it's not adaptive, and yet what we're doing is, well, we're adapting. We are toying around with interesting, profoundly reactive technology and kind of continuing to evolve it and ask hard questions that are worthy of being asked. And so kind of continuing the spirit of academia and taking it forward in this legitimate way. We're presenting at conferences on these topics that sometimes it's been hard to just get them through the door. And not only to be able to do that, and to be able to do that with SIU and with this team is awesome.
So we really appreciate all of your support. We're hoping you'll tell your friends, your family, your colleagues, whether you are a current supporter of SIU, maybe you're an alumni, current faculty, staff, students. We really appreciate your consideration of supporting our efforts, and we look forward to representing SIU.
Woo!
Go Salukis!
Thank you.
Thank you.